A very happy morning, children. Welcome back to our English class. So, children, who's there in this picture? Yes, our father of a nation, Mahatma Gandhi ji. So, who was ruling India those time? Yes, India was under the British rule, and Gandhi ji, with his non-violent struggle, led to the freedom of India. Isn't it, children? Yes. And what methods were used to gain independence? Yes, non-violence. Okay. So, an important event took place before independence. Can you guess? Yes, it is the Dandi March. So, about this incident only we are going to discuss in this lesson. And the name of the topic is A Handful of Salt. And it is written by Subhadra Sen Gupta. Now, let's see about the author first. So, children, she is Subhadra Sen Gupta. So, she was born in 1952 and she is known to bring historical characters and places to life through her stories for children. And many of her children's books are historical fiction. And she also writes travel stories, detective and ghost stories, and as well as comic strips. And three of her books, A Clown for Tenali Rama, Jodhabai, and 12 O'Clock Ghost Stories, have won the White Raven Award at the Bologna Children's Book Fair. Okay, and she is also the recipient of Sahitya Academy's Bal Sahitya Puraskar for her contribution to children's literature in English. So this is about the author Subhadra Sen Gupta, who has written the story A Handful of Salt.
A handful of salt. Dhani and Gokul climbed up the tallest tree. It was the best spot for a long-distance view of the rough village track as it ran along the Sabarmati river. No one knew when the procession would come, so the two boys had come prepared for a long wait, with a small bundle of cloth and a couple of bananas. For days, the village had been talking of nothing else but the march.
Bapu would go to the seaside and make salt,
Explained Dhani. All Indians had to pay a salt tax to the British government. By law, they were not allowed to make salt. They had to buy it from the government, and even the poorest peasant had to pay a tax. So, Bapu would defy the law and make salt himself. People all over the country would break the law at the same time by making salt. The two of them squinted eagerly down the road and together yelled,
"They're coming!"
The procession looked like a moving white stream flowing towards them. Leading the way at a brisk pace was a thin figure clad in a short white khadi dhoti and with a large khadi shawl wrapped over his torso. He strode down the road, leaning against a tall walking stick. Dhani stared at the small grandfatherly face, the bald head, the round spectacles, the watch swinging at his waist, and thought in triumph,
"Ah, so this is Bapu."
Mohandas Karamchand Gandhi, Bapu, walked steadily, busy talking to the people beside him. He did not stop for a moment, walking with a surprising speed for a man who looked so frail. People joined the march from both sides of the road, and the white river got longer and longer. Gandhiji kept coming closer, and then he was right below the tree. He peered up at the two young faces and smiled. Dhani looked at Gokul, and in a flash, the boys scrambled down from the tree and ran to join the crowd of people walking with him. They forgot about what their parents would say. Bapu had called them. How could they say no? Bapu, chatting and smiling, waving and nodding over mud puddles and stony tracks. They soon stopped to rest for the hottest part of the afternoon. Gokul looked around as the people calculated the distance that they would have to walk for 3 to 4 weeks to reach Dandi on the Bombay coastline. They thought that it was a brilliant idea of Bapu's to unite the entire nation by making salt. Soon, the two boys were spotted by Gokul's father, who too had joined the march. They were asked to return home and went to take another look at Bapu before they left. Gandhiji was fast asleep on a charpoy under the shade of a tree. They gave him one last admiring glance and began the long trudge home.
So children, hope you have understood the story. Okay, a thin 61-year-old Mahatma armed with nothing but a walking stick marches to the sea with a crowd of followers. And in the story, we learnt about the two boys, Dani and Gokul. Isn't it? Yes. And what is the most important thing that you have to know from this lesson? About the Dandi March. Okay, so what did you understand about the Dandi March? Yes, it is one of the most important events in India's struggle for independence, which took place when Mahatma Gandhi launched the civil disobedience movement with his famous Dandi March. Okay, and it began on 12th March 1930 and ended on April 6, 1930. And Dandi March or the Salt Satyagraha was a non-violent means of protest led by Mahatma Gandhi, which gathered huge public support and worldwide attention. Okay, children. So Gandhiji started walking from his ashram in Sabarmati, which is located in today's Gujarat, to a small town of Dandi near the coastal Surat to protest against the salt tax imposed by the British government. Okay, and the march covered the area of roughly 385 kilometer, and it worked as a catalyst for India's struggle for independence. And he also followed the principle of what? Non-violence. And this kind of political action has been unprecedented in the history of political protest around the world. So what a man he is, children, isn't it? That's why he is called as the father of a nation. So children, reading session we'll be doing in the Zoom class, okay? So now comprehension, page number 68. Take the correct options. First one, Dani and Gokul were anxious to see dash the Sabarmati river. Option B, Bapu. Yes, option B, Bapu. Second one, the boys were carrying some chapatis and a couple of bananas because they did not know when the procession would come and so had come prepared for a long wait. Third one, Gokul's father did not want Dani and Gokul to undertake the march because, yes, the walk was too long for small boys like them to join them. Okay, children? Yes. So, page number 70, grammar part, subject verb agreement. So, the verb must agree with the subject of a sentence in number and in person. Okay, so this means that in the case of singular nouns or pronouns in the third person, which is given in your textbook, Dani, Sheila, stick, he, she, it. Okay, the verb takes an S or ES after it. So in all other cases, the verb does not take S or ES. It remains the same. Example, Dani climbs the peepal tree. So here it is only a single tree. So it is singular. So Dani and Gokul climb the peepal tree. Now it is a plural form because two persons were involved. Okay. So first rule. Words such as each, every, one of, no, none, none of, nobody, either or neither require singular words. Example, each class has a whiteboard. Okay. Next, collective nouns usually take a singular verb. The staff works extra hours on Monday. Okay. Next, words such as scissors, trousers and spectacles are regarded as plural. So, unless they are preceded by a pair of words and it takes a plural verb. Example, the trousers need ironing. Next, two nouns or pronouns connected with, along with, as well as and besides take a singular verb as the subject which comes after these phrases is not the main subject. Example, Tia along with her father runs the grocery shop. That means he owns the grocery shop. Okay. Next, distance, periods of time and sums of money take a singular verb. This 2000 rupees is quite expensive for this bracelet. So here you can see that it is a singular verb. So next one, fill in the blanks with the correct verbs from the brackets. So first one, the calves dash saved from the barn fire. So was or were? So here you are having plural form calves. So what you have to use there? We have to use were. Next, the guitar as well as the harmonium dash a jarring noise. It makes the jarring noise because you're talking about two instruments. That's why we are using plural form and we are adding yes. Third one. Dash either Jenny or Veena spoken to the manager. So has or have? Yes, has either. So since it is singular, either when you have either and all, what you have to use? Singular form. So you are using has. Fourth one. The football team dash every day at the stadium. Yes, practices every day. So next, Farzana and Nisha dash the same distance every day. Travel. Next 2 hours dash the maximum time I can give you for this work. Is. Okay, here you cannot use are. And seventh one, 250 miles dash a long distance to walk. Was a long distance. Next, the trousers dash loosely. The trousers already S is given, so we have to use only fit there. Okay. Next, complete the web diagram with the correct form of the verb play. Yes. So what will be the sentences? Yes. First, Trisha and the team play tennis. Okay. So remaining all other options you will be having only plays. Okay, so Trisha as well as her team plays tennis. Neither Trisha nor Archana plays tennis. Besides Trisha, Archana also plays tennis. And one of Trisha's friends plays tennis. Okay. So children of page number 72, speaking skill Roman letter K. Given below are some words and situations. Use the words in the box to express yourself more forcefully on the given situations. And the words are surely, utterly, really, strongly, remarkably, exceptionally. So first one, you plan to become a pilot when you grow up. So what can we use there? Yes, I will surely become a pilot when I grow up. Okay, when I grow up, what you want to become? I want to become a pilot. Second one, the salesperson was saying dash nonsensical things to promote a product. So before nonsensical, what we have to write? Utterly. Third one, the small troop put up a good performance. Yes, we can add remarkably good performance. Next one, your cousin is talented. Your cousin is exceptionally talented. Fifth one, the way the teams fought after the match was disgusting. So, what will be the answer? The way the teams fought after the match was really disgusting. Last one, you disagreed with the decision to postpone the trip. You strongly disagreed with the decision to postpone a trip. Okay. So children, complete the work given in your class book neatly with legible handwriting, okay? And please learn for your test side by side. Thank you children. Have a great day. Stay safe everyone.